Good morning. Welcome to a humid June day here in Southwest Ohio. So we're going to check out this Honda CL360 today. It's going to be for sale. So walk around it, show you some close-ups of it. As you already saw, it runs good, goes through the gears fine, clutch works, lights, all that. I'll show you the lights and signals and horns and stuff. So this is a let's see here, let's look at the neck here. Build date of 7/1974, so I'll have to check the title to see if that makes, that's right on the cutoff. Probably, usually 7 is in the next model year, so it's probably 1975. Could be 1974 on the title. I'll have to double check that. So a few weeks ago we did the Honda CB360. So this is the CL360, kind of the Scrambler model, same engine, same basic engine. There's probably some minor differences, cam timing or something, with the high pipes on it, different body work. CL has the drum brake in the front instead of the disc brake, which is plenty for stopping these little 360s. I mean, of course, you're not going to get modern sport bike performance out of them, but if you're playing your stops, there's plenty. This is original paint on this one, not perfect by any means. There's a few little blems. There's some little, not sure what happened there. It came to us like that, little scratches. As usual, the side covers, you know, kind of sun fade, different than the gas tanks. So. See what the other side over here looks like. But overall, I mean, pretty good for being basically 50-year-old paint job there. So same thing, a little bit of fade on the side cover. Seats, this is the original seat cover, didn't recover it or anything. Really good shape. There is one little spot here, not sure how that happened. It's just a little, I don't know if somebody, maybe a passenger had something in their pocket and it put a little cut there. So let's zoom in here a little closer. We did put a brand new set of front tires on it. As usual, we went with the IRC GS11s, just because they're a Japanese tire. They look great on these old 70s bikes. Typical Japanese chrome, not perfect by any means. This one's got some little speckling going on there. Still got all of its turn signals. They're all working. Original levers on it. So we've got the little yellow or clear plastic that yellows with time. Obviously this one has been down at some point. There's a little, that's a good indicator. The little plastic there on the end gets chewed up. Brand new pair of mirrors. These are IMGO reproductions. They look pretty good on these old 70s Hondas. So got this one fairly local, about an hour from here. The guy said it wasn't running when we got it. I think he had bought, or he had tried to do some carburetor work, couldn't get it running. So did the usual stuff to it, you know, went through the carburetors, cleaned those out. Timing was all off points and stuff, so got that all adjusted and timed properly, and good running bike now. New battery, of course. Fuel tank inside has been creamed or lined at some point. Not a big fan of that normally, but it was done before we had it, and it seems to be in good shape. It's holding, it's all intact, so I'll open that here in a second and show it to you. There's that new IRC rear tire. Then the part that makes these bikes, that exhaust system. Love the way those header pipes, you know, kind of cross each other on these. It's the original set. There's the HM370 there. Let's see if I can get down here and stand on my head so you can see the bottom of the muffler. Got your 2 factory keys there. Matter of fact, let's use those and pop the seat up. There's your under seat, new battery there. There's a little rubber piece that holds the gas tank down, fuse box, manual tray. No manual in there, unfortunately, but you can still find those usually up on eBay or something, so you can get one of those. If you do get one and you put it in there, I highly recommend putting it in a plastic bag first, so you don't, so if it ever gets wet, won't get water damage. The toolkit, no toolkit there. It looks actually the little lid for the toolbox isn't on there. Might have some of those around here. I'll have to look. So this is where you'd your helmet holder. You pop your seat up, then you put your helmet on your little latch here, and then you close the seat. Supposedly that keeps anybody from stealing your helmet, because you have to have the key to open the seat. It's got right now 5,488 miles on it, so fairly low miles. We put a new pair of grips on it. Usually these original Honda grips, when they get old, all these little, I don't know what you want to call them, all these little discs or flapper things, they would start breaking off, and it'd look okay at first, but then when you get to where a whole row is missing, it just looks better with a reproduction. You know, this is the same original style of grips, but they're new, so they're nice, soft rubber. The CLs use these cross brace bars, you know, try to look more off-road-ish. So I guess these are supposed to have a little bit of off-road capability, but more just, it's a street bike with that look to it, you know, the cross brace bars and the high pipes, you know. Maybe you could take it down a dirt trail, but that's about all the off-road I think you would want to do with it. Let's start her up again and go through the electrical stuff. Let's see, did I turn that off? I think I turned that off. So let's go back to on, or actually to reserve, because not a lot of fuel in here. We do use a non-ethanol fuel on these vintage bikes. That ethanol stuff that they sell nowadays is just no good. It goes bad fast. It attracts moisture out of the air, puts water into your fuel system. It's no good on the O-ring, so it's just bad stuff for these vintage motorcycles. So the non-ethanol costs a little bit more, but it's definitely worth it for not having the aggravation of all the stuff the ethanol does. So fuel's on, keys on, got our neutral light Let's fire it up. So being before 1976 here in the US, you could still turn your headlight off. So it's a bright sunny day. We don't really need that thing. It just uses extra voltage. Turn signals. There's the left one. Of course, of this era, you know, the signals would be kind of slow flashing. If you're going down the road, you know, at 2,500 RPMs, they'll flash a little quicker. And the right side. It's got the original horn on it. It's a little on the weak side, but it works. Sometimes the more you use these horns, they'll start to come back a little bit, get a little louder. Right there, that's a good example. Just that little bit of use, it's already getting a little louder. Can't think of much else to tell you about it. All the gauges are working. Typical sun fade here as well, on the red portion of the tachometer there. Seems like they all do that. It's like, I think you ride it in the sun one time back in, you know, the 70s, and that tachometer red would fade like instantly. So not sure that I've ever seen a factory one that wasn't faded. So. Of course, they're making restoration gauge decals now with all the, you know, make that look like brand new inside there again with bright red. So there it is, 19, what do we agree on, 74 or 75? I'll have to check that, whatever the title says, because I'll check that before I post this. Honda CL360. So if you're still here, we're Williams Vintage Cycle, Xenia, Ohio. This bike's going to be for sale. And if you want to see more of this kind of stuff, hit that like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. See you next time.